That was 10 years ago when Roger won his lone French Open title. We welcome you back to TC Live. We weren't sure if we'd ever see him back here again, but happily we are seeing him back here. First time since 2015, Roger returns to the clay, returns to Roland Garros. I guess I would start by asking, Paul, given how well it worked out for him not playing the clay for 3 straight years, is it a good idea for him to have returned?
Sure. I mean, I think he loves playing on clay. And it was so funny when we talked about this earlier in the year when he made the first announcement that he was going to be back. So many of us said, well, geez, he hasn't played in a few years. Is he going to be okay? He grew up on this stuff. The guy knows how to play on clay. It's not like he's all of a sudden going to be a downhill skier. He knows how to play clay court tennis, got some matches in, didn't win any titles in Rome or Madrid, playing fine, knows how to win big matches. For me, the biggest challenge is almost 38 years of age, 7 matches, 3 out of 5 sets. That's a lot of tennis.
You said it. I mean, he has made more French Open finals than Novak Djokovic. I mean, you could very easily make the case Roger Federer, second best clay courter of the last 20 years. Interesting change in the schedule. One thing I think we forget, everyone's reading the tea leaves. Is this his last go-around? One thing we are as far from Basel, Switzerland, his hometown, as D.C. is from New York. I mean, this is a home game, and I wonder if part of this is the major closest to where I grew up. I think that's something we haven't talked about.
You know, the other thing is when you're still at the top of the game and you're in it to win the big titles, it's not easy to sit at home and watch other players do it if you're healthy. And I think Roger found himself in a position this year. He's feeling good about his game. He's feeling good about his body. He doesn't want to be sitting at home. He wants to give himself a chance out here. You never know. And with 20 Grand Slam titles, you always think, well, why not? Why couldn't this happen? Got a little bit unlucky in Rome. He had to play 2 matches in one day. Didn't feel perfect the next day. But he felt good enough that he got those matches in. I think he thinks as himself that he has a chance here. Why shouldn't I go play?
He's the 5th favorite, according to the odds makers. In case you don't remember the last match that Roger played here, well, it was this one, 2015 quarterfinal against his pal and countryman, Stan Wawrinka. Stan won that and went on to win the title that year, beating Novak Djokovic in the final. Here is Roger on his return to the Terre Battue.
Roger, do you think you can win this tournament?
Don't know. A bit of a question mark for me. Some ways I feel similar to maybe the Australian Open in 17. It's a bit of the unknown. I feel like I'm playing good tennis, but is it enough, or is it enough against the absolute top guys when it really comes to the crunch? I'm not sure if it's in my racket, you know, but I hope I can get myself in that position deep down in the tournament against the top guys.
So here is Roger's career resume at Roland Garros. The one title in 2009 beats Soderling. He's been runner-up here 4 times, including 3 in a row in 06, 07, 08. Lost all 4 of the finals to Rafa, 65 and 16 overall. Paul, as you correctly said, he's pretty good on this surface. So all of that being said, what should we expect from him these 2 weeks?
Well, first of all, he's way too honest in the interviews by saying, not sure. And when you've been to the finals here 5 times and won once, he can definitely win this tournament. Will he? I don't know. I think Nadal's prohibitive favorite and Novak just behind him. And then I think there's a big gap. And team's probably right after that. But Roger's in the next of the rest. So if he's healthy and he's around and hasn't had a ton of long matches and he's in the quarterfinals, look out.
Yeah, I mean, I think, look, Novak and Rafa are in business class, but Roger's in that next tier. I mean, he's not in the back of the jet.
They might be in economy class. Roger in economy plus.
He's in business. I mean, the one,
right.
I don't know if you caught that highlight against Wawrinka the last time he played here. That was on Longland, and it was sort of a sloggy day, and it was a little chilly. The one risk, I think, for Roger is if the back seizes up, or he's playing a match in 50-degree day. It doesn't bode well for Wimbledon necessarily. I think that's the big risk. But I think otherwise, yeah, why not? What do the odds makers had him at 1 in 25? You know what? Why not?
Yeah, I think every player except maybe Rafa here or some other examples need just a little bit of luck to go their way to win. Sometimes it's the weather, sometimes it's the draw, sometimes it's the scheduling. Maybe Roger needs that a little bit now at 37 years of age to win here in Paris. But if you saw him move at the lead-up events and you've seen any glimpses of his practice, I mean, he's still a magician out there with his movement. He anticipates well, he slides well. He's definitely a contender here.
One thing to bear in mind, possible second-round meeting for Roger with Jo-Wilfried Tsonga. Tsonga's won the last 2 meetings against Federer, and the only time they ever played here at Roland Garros, it was a straight sets win for Joe. Just something to keep in the back of your mind.